everybody. I'm so excited that you're here today. I haven't done a face-to-face video in a couple of weeks because summer is in full swing here in the Cranford household and it is crazy. I've been doing really good just to keep up with everyday life and get videos and blog posts up for you. So today I just wanted to quickly stop in before I start my card and share with you that I am giving away this stamp set, this stamp set through July 22nd for anybody that places a $50 order or more. And I've already talked about this over in my emails and on my blog posts. You have to place a $50 minimum order using the current host code. If your order is $150 or more, please don't use the host code because you'll get Stampin' Rewards benefits straight from Stampin' Up. So you don't want to miss out on those. Okay, so you place your order. This comes to you separately. I will mail this to you separately. So this is not something that you're going to get from Stampin' Up. This is going to come directly from me to you, and then you'll be able to use it. It's such a cute set. It's a host set, so it's not one that you can purchase. It's only one that you can get through host or Stampin' Rewards. Okay, so the only other question I've had on this set has been that people wanted to know when it was going to ship. I have an original amount of them that came in and I'm shipping all of those out today. But some of you missed that first batch of stamp sets, and so the rest of them will come around July 25th to me, and then I will get them shipped out to you as soon as possible. So it will probably be late July or early August before you actually get this one in your hands at this point. So if you order, just know that it is coming, but it will be kind of later in the month. But that's okay, because then you just have this to look forward to. Okay, I think that's everything. Yeah, everything else is going great. It's summer, it's fun, and I have a fantastic card to show you today, and I have lots of samples over on my blog. So you want to make sure that you go look over there to see all the samples I made using my special, awesome, favorite bike ride stamp set. This is in my top 3 for sure. And I also created an exclusive little quick video for my Wow Wednesday emails. If you're not already subscribed to my email list, make sure that you do that, because when you subscribe, I often send free exclusive items. Like I sent out a printable tutorial last week. So you just want to make sure that you're subscribed to my email. Now, to subscribe to my email, you want to make sure that you go over to my website and sign up either at the top of the screen, or you can sign up at the bottom of the blog post, or you can sign up on the right hand of the side of the screen. There's a little picture of me and it says get my emails, and that's where you would want to sign up. Now, don't confuse that with signing up with my blog posts. You can sign up to get my blog posts in your email every day that I release one, but that's different than being a subscriber to my email list. So just know that. Okay, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Let's go over to my stamp table. All right, here we are at my stamp table, and this is the bike ride stamp set and part of the framelits. The rest of the framelits are in here with little post-it note tape on them, because I had already been busy post-it noting and die cutting. So this video is sped up 4 times its normal speed, and I really hated to speed it up this fast, but this video was 45 minutes long. So you're welcome. You're welcome for me speeding it up. So basically, I'm doing all my stamping first on Whisper White cardstock. And while we're talking about cardstock and stamping, I just wanted to let you know, this week I had somebody ask me, somebody who's on my team, asked me why she wasn't getting really good stamped images. And the resounding answer on the team from lots of our friends on our team was that she probably wasn't using Stampin' Up cardstock or high quality cardstock. So I thought that would be a great thing to bring up and share with you, is that if you are not getting great images when you stamp with high quality inks and stamps, it could be the paper you're using. So that's just a little side tip, and I think I'm going to be doing a tips and tricks video on basic stamping here coming up in the next couple weeks. So look forward to that if you're a new stamper. Okay, so I've stamped all my images and you see that they're two-step stamping, which means there's multiple images that you stamp together to complete a look. I've stamped everything in Bermuda Bay, Crumb Cake, and Basic Black Archival ink. Basic Black Archival ink is my fave. I love it. And now I'm covering everything with framelits and running my die cuts through and cutting everything out. This card was a process. As you heard me say when I started this was a 45-minute long card that actually took me 45 minutes to make. This is a piece of chrome foil paper. It's actually silver foil paper, but my sweet friend Dawn Griffith, who I adore, calls it chrome because her and her husband, Richard, or Big Daddy, as he's also known, they both ride Harleys. So in their house, they call it chrome paper. Okay, so I'm doing some ink blending here to get the background that I want. Now, you may notice that I'm holding something new in my hand. This is a ink blending tool made by Tim Holtz, and I've always used Stampin' Up sponges, and I cut them into 4, and I've always used those. Well, I was on Amazon one day and this came up as a suggested item that I should try. And I thought, you know what, why not? I'm just going to give it a whirl and see how I like it and how it differs from using a sponge. Well, the biggest difference is that it's more comfortable to hold in my hand. The sponges are way less expensive. You can get 3 full-size sponges for $3.50, I think it is. And then when you cut those into 4, you're basically getting 12 inking sponges for $3.50. So there's no doubt that it's less expensive. When I first used the ink blending tool on a piece of Whisper White cardstock, I thought for sure it got a smoother blend. But then when I made this card, I really didn't feel like I did get a smoother blend. So I don't know. I'm going to keep fussing with both of them and see what I think. Okay, here I'm using Stampin' Up's new embossing paste. I really love our embossing paste. It's creamy and it's smooth and it's kind of got that whipped filling. And I really wanted to create some clouds, and we've got this awesome new cloud stencil. So this really gave the perfect background on this card. Now, the other thing I want to mention about our paste is that, well, there's a few things. It is cool because when you put it on white, it actually allows the color behind to show through. And I really liked that because it kind of made the clouds more realistic looking. It didn't make like these bright white clouds. And so it just gave this really cool textured background and didn't like, I don't know how to explain it. It didn't like make the clouds look so fake or cartoony. Okay, so I'm gonna assemble the bike here and I have a few tips on that. You really have to line up the little front spoke thing and the back before you adhere everything down. And actually what I ended up figuring out, my little dumb hiney, is that you need to just adhere the wheels to the bike first and then adhere the bike down to your surface instead of doing what I did here. I made it much harder than it needed to be the first time, but I ended up making a bunch of different cards using these bikes. So make sure that you visit my blog because as you saw it earlier in this video, I used a Bermuda Bay bike to stamp and now I'm using a real red bike. So I had stamped a bunch of these, and when I went to put my Bermuda Bay bike on here, it didn't like it. It just blended in with the background, and I was like, this isn't gonna work. So I ended up using real red ink to stamp a whole nother bike, but I didn't show you all of that because there was really no point. And then I've got my little chrome pieces here that I'm gonna add. This is the little basket for the front of the bike. And then there's that little triangular chrome piece that will go on the back of the bike to hold your dog or your basket or whatever. Okay, so back to the embossing paste. On Friday, I'm going to be doing a big review on the embossing paste, ideas for using it, and information about it. So I don't want to go into too much detail here. I just will tell you that if you do use it, make sure that you immediately wash your tools off, your stencil and your palette knives, because if you don't, it's going to gunk up on there and stick and it will ruin them, and the only way to get it off at that point is going to be like soaking it overnight, and it just becomes a much bigger hassle than necessary. Okay, I'm going to adhere Fido down here into the little basket because I want him like sitting inside the basket. And then I'm going to pop up that whole basket so it's kind of popped up away from the bike. I ended up really not liking that, but it was kind of too late. I committed myself by putting all these dimensionals on. So once it was down, it was down. But I wish I would have just laid it flat because the bike was flat. So it ended up kind of looking weird to have the basket and the dog popped up. But, you know, what are you going to do? It's a card, people. It's a card. So over on my blog, I have pictures of my other cards, and I also have tips of things that I did to each of those cards associated with the cards. So make sure that you go check that out. My blog is lovinstampin.com, and there's a link below this video with all the supplies that I used, plus the links for my blog and signing up for my emails. Speaking of emails, make sure that you sign up for my emails because I often send exclusive videos and exclusive tutorials and stuff like that that you can't get if you are not subscribed to my email list. So make sure that you do that. It's a really simple process. Once you sign up, you do have to go into your email and confirm that you've signed up with me. So make sure that you do that. Otherwise you'll have done it and you still won't get anything unless you confirm it. Okay, so I tied both of these little bows on here and then measured my strings out to how long I wanted them, and I'm going to tuck them under the handlebars and glue them down. Alright, so this card is almost finished. I just have a few finishing touches I want to add to it. But it was a really beautiful card. I love how it turned out, and here's my struggle. The struggle is real, people. When I make a card like this that is this time intensive, I really have a hard time giving it away. Do any of you have this problem? Like, I love this card. I love it. I love how it turned out. I love the colors. I love that it has a bike and a dog and balloons, which make me happy. Everything on this card makes me happy. So if you struggle giving away a card that you've really kind of put a lot of heart and soul into, I want to know. Leave me a comment. I will give it away because that's the right thing to do, because why make them if we're not going to share them? But it is hard for me. So I'm just lining this up on my card base, which was a 4 1/4 by 11-inch base. And then that's it. That finishes the card. Make sure you go check my other cards out over on my blog at lovinstampin.com. You can watch either one of the videos that you see here on the screen by clicking in them, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the little circle that has my face in it. You can also give me a thumbs up and comment on this video. I always appreciate that. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.